love on me. Give me some grace because now I am live. Thank you. Thank you for watching. This is the Sylvia Show. I'm back. I've been doing this show for, I know last year I did it for a while, and I think I stopped like mid-year in the fall, but I'm bringing it back. I want to bring it back on a regular basis and be committed to doing it. I used to block out my time for the show, had guests on the show, and the goal is to just bring different topics and guests and community guests, business guests, and just be somebody who shares information. That's my heart. That's my desire. So welcome to the Sylvia Show. I am back, and today we have a guest, Wade Towers. We're going to be bringing him on shortly. But again, thank you for coming and watching my show. If you're not watching it live, you can watch it on the playback because it'll be there. And happy February. We know this is the love month, the month we celebrate love. And so I hope that you had an opportunity to celebrate some love on the 14th. If not, you can still do it tonight, tomorrow, all month. And also, it's celebrating Black History Month, celebrate some of the things that some of our Black brothers and sisters have done in this world. And so, yeah. And how's the weather where you are? Because we didn't have snow for a while. And now we got snow out there. Of course, I can't show it to you right now. Actually, I have a camera in my office. I don't know if you can see that. But it was pretty much, I don't know, 2 to 3 inches this morning. And it's now melting. So I guess we're like in that stage where it seems like we're in the spring stage where the snow falls and it stays for a little while. But then by the afternoon, it actually will melt. So, but yeah, I'm in upstate New York. If you're watching this from somewhere else, I am streaming this on Facebook and on YouTube. And so we know YouTube is worldwide. And you may be somewhere where it's warm. Like I have a friend, Facebook friend, she's in Hawaii. Girl, I ain't gonna try to say your name. I know how to say your name. Rumela. That's how you say your name. They got married on Valentine's Day in Hawaii. And actually, my husband and I, we had our honeymoon there almost 24 years ago. It is a beautiful, exotic place. And I think everybody should experience it at least once. I did go on a business trip prior to that. And me and my girlfriend, we actually were at a hotel and it was on Waikiki Beach. And then when my husband and I went for our honeymoon, we went to Maui. And that is the one island that a lot of people go to, they're familiar with. So at least one time go to Hawaii. The plane flight was like 8 hours over all that water. However, you get to sleep, watch movies, eat, and it is a long flight, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So everybody should go to Hawaii at least one time. Go with somebody that you love. Okay, so I like to bring on information or even articles or hot topics of what's happening right now. Sadly, something that happened on Super Bowl day is someone went to Joel Osteen's church and ended up shooting some people. They ended up getting shot. And it's very sad for the evil and wickedness that goes on sometimes in our world and in the mind of people. And sadly, I don't know if he's still alive but she had a little boy with her. I think he was 7 or 8, and he was shot, I believe, in the head. And don't know. I haven't heard the latest of whether he's still here. And there was another gentleman shot, but he was okay. So pray for our nation because we really need it. It's just, I always hear this. I hear that there's evil and wickedness all around us all the time. And our nation really our world needs prayer, really does. But that's a very sad thing. And then the Kansas City Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl and they were doing their parade as teams do when they win. And sadly, someone had another agenda. and there was a shooting, and one person did die, and people got shot. And thank God they got 3 other people. But it's just sad. People want to celebrate, and then people come with an evil agenda. And I'm not trying to just be all negative and bad, but hey, it is the world that we're living in right now. There's still good. There's still good in the world, and so it's just very sad. So just pray for our nation. So yeah. So what's going on with me? So I started reading this book. Actually, I've listened to it on YouTube. You can listen to it on YouTube or Audible, and it's called The 12-Week Year. And so what it's supposed to do is help you get more done in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months, by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. So I have 3 goals I'm working on, and it does it by quarter. I have 3 goals I'm working on this quarter, and then next quarter I have 3 more. I'm still working on them. I started in January. I have a little system and some software that I'm using to help me keep track of my goals and the activity of my goals. So by the end of the year, I should have gotten 3, 6, not 12 goals completed if I do just 3 at a time. So it's called the 12-Week Year. If you want to know more about it, hook me up. I keep thinking about doing a book club. It's been out for a while, for years, maybe 10 years. I got turned on to it last year. And I honestly, being transparent, I did start it middle of the year. I kind of fell off, but I'm determined to continue to use it. People have been using this for years just to help them accomplish their goals. So rather than do the whole year of this many goals, and then at the end of the year you'd be rushing to try to get them done, you can do this per quarter. So check it out, even on auto. Check it out again on YouTube or Audible, and listen to it, or Spotify, whatever listening, whatever you have that you can listen to something. So yeah, 12-week year. Now I just recently, y'all ever use a salt lamp? I know a lot of people are using them, but I just recently picked one up. It was actually $5 at Dollar General, and it's supposed to add some benefits to your environment, to your life, to your body. And they are saying there's no evidence on it, but people are buying these lamps. Mine was just inexpensive. It's a salt lamp. Himalaya salt is supposed to be better. And some of the benefits of this salt lamp is it cleanses and deodorizes the air. So I have one at the office, one at home in the bedroom. It eases coughing. It reduces allergy and asthma symptoms. I used to have asthma when I was a young girl. Up until about age 16 or 17, I used to have bad asthma attacks. Like, because your airways are closing. And our son, Devin, who passed away in 2021, he had a bad case of asthma. Our other son and even his son, they both had the wheezing thing when they were younger, but they kind of grew out of it. But our son, Devin, he never really grew out of it. And he was 30 when he passed away. And I grew out of it when I was about, I think, 16 or 17. But asthma attacks ain't no joke. So I pretty much, most people suffer from allergies these days versus, you don't find many people that still have asthma attacks. But I had them as a young girl. Got to keep track of my time because I'm going to be bringing on our guests. And it's supposed to be environmentally friendly, help you sleep better at night, and it neutralizes the electromagnetic radiation, or ions. It's like we have positive ones, but negative ones are better, I guess. And this helps with that. So let me know if you have a salt lamp. And if you want to make some comments while we're on the broadcast, feel free to drop in some comments. And I'm just going to type something in here. I just typed something wrong. Again, we're going to be bringing on Wade Towers. And he's going to be talking to us about his Team Tower services. And I believe one of his services, or the main service that he has, relates to me as being a real estate agent, broker, owner, to help my clients. And so we're going to go ahead and bring Wade on. Here he is. Hi, Wade. How are you?
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. Miss Sylvia, that is. I want to first and foremost give a shout out and thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. I do want to recognize she's one of the gurus when it comes to real estate. She's an expert teacher. She's a mentor. She's a coach. She is one of the experts, and I'm happy to be working with. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be getting my real estate license underneath her coming this year, God willing. So it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, Wade. Now, Wade and I, how did we meet? So we actually kind of already had been in the same Christian circle,
Yes.
I believe. And then Wade, I think I had a class
Yes.
at Greater Rochester Association of Realtors.
Yes, you
And
did.
Wade, somehow you saw the class, and that's how you and I met. You came to the class. Even though it was mainly realtors, we had Wade there and a couple other business owners. And so, yeah, that's how he and I met. And now here we are. We're here together on my show, and we're going to talk about the services that Wade offers. And so I'm not even going to start out with asking you questions. I'm just going to have you start out sharing what kind of services you offer. And I think one of them is definitely the main one is having to do with your credit score.
Yes, I'm a credit score
Correct?
specialist. Yes. My name is Wade Towers. I've been in this industry over about 18 years now. Matter of fact, on March 5th, it's going to be 19 years. And I actually own my own corporation here in Rochester, New York. And I'm a credit score specialist. I specialize in the FICO scores, the major 5 sections of payment history, utilization, length of credit, credit mix, and inquiries. Now, the reason why I focus on the FICO score is because whenever someone wants to get a house, the lender is looking to see what score. They're not too concerned much what's on the actual credit report. They're looking at the actual score because that's what the underwriter wants to see before they can actually close out on the loan. And what I do, if someone comes, I got 3 services. The first service I offer is called Credit Starter for people that has never established credit. That affects your payment history. Your payment history is actually 35% of your FICO score, but it equals 298 points. And it tracks how you make your payments on time. It tracks whether you have your payments on time. It could be positive. It can be positive, negative. Positive meaning you're making your payments on time. It gets listed in your credit report as paid as agreed, never late. Negative, that's where you have charge-offs. That's where you have collections. Not so much tax liens because tax liens no longer appear in your credit report. Medical collections no longer appear in your credit report as of this year. As a matter of fact, earlier this week, as a matter of fact, they don't appear anymore, pretty much. And I removed repossession. So those are the type of things that would actually affect your payment history. Now, the major section, and that's pretty much all it does, make sure you make your payments on time. The major section where most people are losing their points is utilization, also known as your debt to income ratio. Let me break that down. Your debt, how much do you owe as opposed to how much income you have coming in? This is something this is one of the major key factors that lenders look at when they are trying to extend credit to you. Okay. Now, that's 30% of your FICO score, and it equals 255 points. Okay. One of the major key sections is the next biggest section is pretty much is your credit mix. I mean, length of credit, not so much, because length of credit just determines how long you have had credit for, how long you've established credit for. But that's 15% of your FICO score, and it equals 127 points of your FICO score as well. Now, a lot of people lose points here is because they close out credit cards. They'll say, I have this card, and they're not using it no more. There is a safe way to close out a credit card. But there's a dangerous way. I'll go with the safe way. The safe way to close out a credit card. Let's say you have two credit cards, and you open one credit card in 2015, but then you open the credit card in 2023. You can close the 2023 because you already had length. You had your history. Your payment history is good. Reporting your credit report, never late. Paid as agreed. Also, you have the 2015, and let me see, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. That's about 6 years. That's going to back you up. But what people do, they'll just close out cards, not knowing that when you close out a card, you also close out history as well. And then
Okay.
the next thing is your credit mix. It's called credit mix because it's only two types of credit out there. There's revolving lines of credit. A revolving line of credit is a credit card. It's called revolving because your balances fluctuate differently every month. One month you may owe 300, one may owe 500, pretty much. Also, the next section is that the other portion is installment accounts. An installment account is where you're making one set payment. And see, lenders, creditors, they want to see how you're handling both of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can make, and they take all these type of things into consideration. And last but not least is your inquiries. Inquiries, also known as new accounts, that's 10% of your credit score, and it equals 85 points. I got to go back to a credit mix. That's 10% also, and equals 85 points. Now, when you break down the whole 850 FICO score, because the highest score you can get is 850. It starts at 300. And it goes to 850. Payment history, 35% equals 298 points. Debt to income ratio, 30%, 255 points. Length of credit, that's 15% of your FICO score, 127 points. And then credit mix is 10% at 85 points, and new accounts or inquiries is 10%, 85 points. The thing this is, a lot of people go out, they go out shopping. I'm trying to get this credit card. You go to a store, they'll say, we'll give you a discount pretty much if you get this credit card. But when you do have too many credit cards at a certain point of time, that will actually hurt your credit because you're.
One thing that when people are trying to get a mortgage, and they might want to inquire with more than one lender. Now, how does that work with the inquiry? Because you mentioned inquiry, so we hear hard hit, soft hit,
right?
Or even
right.
when they're trying to buy a car, and or open those credit cards one after another is never good. So, but like buying a car or getting a mortgage, people have a concern of having a hard hit or a soft hit. Can you express or share how that works?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. There are two types of inquiries. One is known as a soft inquiry. A soft inquiry is when you pull your own credit. That does not hurt your score. You can pull your score all day, every day. Anytime someone outside yourself asking you for a social, like you go to a Macy's and you're trying to get this discount, so you try to get the card, they're actually for your social. When they're actually for your social, they're pulling your credit report. That's a hard inquiry.
Okay. So hard is whenever somebody's going to use your credit card.
Yes. No. Your social.
I'm sorry, this is what I meant.
I'm sorry.
Whenever somebody's going to use your social to pull your credit, that is a hard hit, no matter who is doing it.
Yes. Well, depends. If you pulling it yourself, it don't hurt you. That's a soft inquiry. Anytime outside of yourself, that's a hard inquiry. And having too many of those over a short amount of time, that will lower your score at least 5 to 12 points. I've seen people lose about 30 points.
Wow, that's a lot of points. And so that's where people get concerned when they want to inquire with more than one lender or car dealer, where they are hitting it too many times too soon, and it's reducing their credit score. And so you're saying the best way to do that, and that's where I'm at. That's why I'm asking this question. So if you want to check out two lenders or two car dealers, for them to inquire about your credit, I mean, say you go to one on Monday you don't want to go to them another one on Friday. I mean, is there a good way to do it so that it doesn't reduce your score like you said 30 points?
Yeah. Well, the way that works is this. Whenever you're going for what is called a high ticket item will be considered a mortgage. It'll be considered a car loan or an
Hmm.
installment loan, like a big high item. They give you what is called a 2 week window.
Okay.
Well, you can pull, you can shop, or you can act. They're going to shop your credit around to see who's going to give you the best rates. Right
Okay.
now, if it works positive and negative. The positive is if you get approved, then the lender you go with, they stay in your credit report. But if you don't get approved, then okay, they stay in your credit report, and the others have to fall off because they're the one that you went with, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Now, if you did not get approved, then those hard inquiries will stay in your credit report for up to 2 years. But as the time goes on, the weight lessens after say about 6 months. It starts to not hurt you as much, and there are ways to get those off
Okay.
your reports as well.
Okay. All right. Well, that helps because that is a question that I get from concerned
Hmm.
buyers.
Hmm.
Buyers that are they need to get with a lender and find, because that's the first part of my role as a real estate agent is to make sure that they have an approval amount. And many times people come to me and they have never met with a lender, so
Hmm.
they want to know like, okay, um, who do I go to, or can I go to more than one? And so, of course, again, that's a concern. They don't want their credit to be hit hard too many times too fast. But that 2 week window helps eliminate that concern.
Right, because
Correct?
you end up having, if once you get approved, you end up having one inquiry.
Okay. Okay.
Even though
That
there's
makes
shops to 10, 20 different lenders, you own the one that approved you, that's the one that stays there. The others fall off your credit report because they don't have any permission purpose anymore because they didn't extend the credit to you. The one that approved you is the one that actually you went the one that approved you is the one that actually stays in your credit report.
okay. All right. Well, right now we're going to take a little break and then we're going to come back. Let's see here. I haven't done this in a while, so y'all just give me some grace. But we're gonna take a little break, and you know what? I'm just gonna put up my ask Sylvia anything about real estate. So we'll be right back. Well, welcome back to the Sylvia Show, and thank you for joining us and watching. We do have some people watching, and again, they can
Yay!
watch on the replay. Today we have Wade Towers, and he is here. He is a credit
Credit score
specialist. Is that
specialist.
wait?
Credit score specialist.
Credit credit
Score
score
specialist.
specialist,
I
and
specialize in the credit score.
he specialized in that FICA credit score, which that's what lenders look at, mainly mortgage lenders and car dealerships, but we're focusing on more on mortgage lenders. And he specializes in helping you to get that score in a good place so that
Yes.
you can get a mortgage. And
Yeah.
so for my clients out there or customers or those who, they're saying, well, you're saying, well, what do I need to do to buy a house? This could be one of the first things you do is even meet with Wade and
Yes.
say, Wade, can you tell me to help me? Because a lot of us do know if we got something in collections, we know if we got something that, is on, what else is there, Wade? If
Okay.
you have
There's
something in
collections.
collections and what are
There's
the other,
charge. There's charge-offs. There's,
okay,
there's collections, charge-offs. There's repossessions. Tax liens, they don't appear no more. But if you do have a tax lien, that will fall off your credit report because it's not supposed to be there in the first place.
okay,
Judgments don't come in your credit report anymore either. But if there is a judgment, then that has to come up as well. That's a slam dunk.
okay. Well, that's good to know. But Wade, sound like you are a great resource for anybody that's looking to buy a home. And I just put up my commercial. Ask me anything about real estate. Those of you that know me know that I'm broker owner of Rhine Dock Realty. I've been a real estate agent for 20 years this year. Wow, I can't believe it.
Wow.
And I've been my own business owner for 7 years. Had an office space for 5 years. Looking to open up another office this year, hopefully in Rochester. So yeah, we have a number of agents that you can work with or work with myself. So we are here to help you. And I thought Wade would be a great guest to bring on because he goes along with what I do. And honestly, Wade, there are people out there that they do credit repair.
Mhm.
Now, is that a part of something you do? Because you say your credit score.
Consumer credit education specialist. What I do is the difference between what I do is a credit repair company, otherwise known as a CRO. Their goal is
Okay.
is to actually do is to actually restore your credit and fix your credit. My goal is to restore your credit, but educate you as a consumer along the process of how to do it. Therefore, you're not, if you fall back in a situation, you will now know how to take care of it yourself. That way you don't have to continue to pay and pay and pay. My goal is to not have you to pay and pay and pay. I do have a services called Power Starter. Power
Uh-huh.
Restore, where I restore your credit, but along the process, I teach you how to restore your own credit.
Okay. Okay. So right now, what we're going to do, I have a first time where a home buyer's brunch coming up next Saturday, the 24th from 12:30 to 2:30. And this is it. This is our flyer right now. That is not the flyer. I was just about to put up the wrong flyer. But this is our flyer. When you're your own producer, you got to do what you got to do. And this is the flyer right here. It's called the Home Buyers Brunch. Have you been thinking, I want to buy a house, but where do I start? Well, first, you can attend this class. We're going to have Leslie Curry. She is with Key Bank. She's a loan officer. We have Larry Fontana. He's a home inspector. He can tell you how he works with helping you make sure your house is sound and safe that you're buying. We have Blake Weber, who is an attorney, owner of Weber Law, and he has been doing this business for, well, I've known him for probably, I don't know, 4 years. And he's been doing this business for longer than that, of course. And so we're going to have a brunch and we're going to feed you. We're going to give you information about how to purchase your home, what you need to do with each one of these different players in the process. And Wade, I'm going to say we can bring Wade in at some point where he can even work with you if you're in a place where you need to get that FICO score, that credit score in a good place. Because there are a lot of people out there, Wade, that they do karmacredit.com and they just monitor their credit score. And they actually, I have a buyer. It was actually my niece, and she positioned herself to buy a house by monitoring her credit score on creditkarma.com. But she saw what she needed to pay off, so she used that,
Right.
Pay it off. But she was like watching her score go up as she continued to pay off those things. And then she came in one day with her approval from USDA. Actually, she got her loan, and boom, she buys a house. Mother of 5, single mom, boom. And so, people, we know people can always do their own thing, however they do it. But Wade here is here. He has these services, and you can contact Wade to help you with your credit score.
Yes.
Right. And so, Wade, I'm going to put actually, I should have had my banner.
I'm
going to put your information in there. Keep talking. I'm going to put your information here on the banner.
Something. In regards to like Credit Karma, I got to be honest, Credit Karma, maybe information wise, it's good. But as far as credit scores, myself, I don't turn people to Credit Karma for credit scores because those are not scores. Those are advantage scores. There's a difference.
Okay.
Lenders use FICO scores. And advantage score always overestimate your score of about 100 points. Like a client of mine just about 2 weeks ago came to me and said, "Wait, something's wrong with my credit. My score is 749." I automatic. What I do, I send them directly to myscoreiq.com. Why
Okay.
myscoreiq.com? Because
Okay.
they give you a
Keep
FICO.
talking. I'm gonna put that in the keep talking. I'm just gonna
Yes,
type
they,
that
they,
in.
they give you your actual FICO. They give you a FICO
Okay.
from TransUnion. They give you a FICO from Equifax and Experian. And another key player out there, you want to always, before you go to purchase a home, you want to make sure that you actually pull your credit report first. One, you want to see if anything's out there. I also, other than just restoring your credit, if you have no credit, I have a special program. It's called Credit Starter or
Okay.
Power Starter. Why is it called Power Starter? Because it's starting your purchasing power. Your credit is purchasing power. That's my beautiful. I love that program because under that program, That's the only one I can guarantee that if you have no credit, I can get you a 50 credit score. Hold me to that. A 50 credit score, no less than 6 months, providing you follow my instructions. If you jump off the track, I'm not responsible because I
Okay.
teach you how to get the credit card. And one of the a piece of information that we need to know out there, a lot of people are losing points when it
Okay.
comes to their revolving lines of credit. Why? Because they're paying their credit cards on their due date. Big
Okay.
mistake. Why is that a big mistake? Because every first, a credit card is a loan in the form of plastic.
Yeah.
Second, it has a statement closing date, a billing
Mm-hmm.
cycle. It's from this period to that period. Most
Okay.
credit cards have a 31-day cycle. What you want to do before your statement closes, you want to pay your balance down to $5. Why to down to $5? Because when it closes, let's say you max the card out. My thing is just I have a rule. If you was intelligent enough to max the credit card out, be intelligent enough to pay the credit card down to $5 before your statement closes. Why? Because if you let that statement close, what will happen is they're going to report that balance, even though your due date is not here yet. So it looks like you've maxed out the card. You didn't get even a chance to pay it. So I teach people how to actually pay your credit card down to $5 before why $5, you may be wondering. The reason why
Mm-hmm.
$5 because lenders and the bureaus of the reporting agencies, they're not bureaus. There's only one credit bureau out there, which that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Okay.
They're there to protect us. Now, lenders and the reporting agencies, they want to see you at a close to 1%. The only way to be at 1% is pay it down to $5. Why not $1? If you pay it down to $1, it's going to roll over to be zero. Remember, utilization is 30% of your FICO score, which equals 255 points. So when you leave a $5 balance and the next month, when this due date comes, all you owe on that card is $5. It does a couple of things. It jumps your score up. A lot of people, when they pay the credit cards off by their due date, your score will increase. I just asked this question to my friend of mine. I call him my brother Bernard. I said, do you want to have 850 credit score in a few years? Or do you want to have 850 credit score in a few months? Once you pay it down by your
Mm.
statement closing date, your score jumps up, you save money. Well, how do I save money? Easy, because once your statement closes, let's say you had a balance of $300, you maxed out $300. Your statement closed on the 10th. On the 9th, you went and paid $295. So on the 10th, midnight of the 10th, they're going to report to the
Mm-hmm.
reporting agencies that you only spent $5. Now you also have when it posts, you have $295 back to spend for something else. Instead of going in your pocket when you get paid, what actually you can use that credit card to, let's say, pay off gas or whatever you got to do. You don't have to pay that into the next following cycle because that
Right.
cycle does not close until your due date.
Well, you know what, Wade? You are a wealth of information. I've watched people on YouTube explain what you're explaining because you can use the credit card to your advantage and
Yes.
not be afraid of it. That, oh my gosh, I'm going to get in credit card debt. I mean, you can, and we probably all have it sometime, and some of us are in it right now. But learning how to take that credit card and use it to your advantage and even to your advantage of your credit and credit score, because credit cards do have a bad rep because we have abused them for so many years. And so I love how you're giving out this information. New way we need to change our perspective,
Yes.
learn how to use that credit card to our advantage, and then change our perspective. Because I have watched people who they're like, oh, and one thing they did say, okay, and they got, they have a big, say if they spent $2,000 for a trip or something like that, and what they're saying is, what they did say, they didn't say the $5 thing, but they said, when it comes in, pay it off. If you have the money, pay it off. So I don't know how you feel about that, but you did just share about the $5 thing. But
Yes.
they were saying, well, when you get your credit card bill, pay it off, and then you'll use it again next month for your business trip or whatever you're doing. And so what would you say about that advice? That
Excellent. Let me address that. What I would say is this: on your credit report, when you go to my score IQ, it shows you right then and there. It says your highest.
Could you give me that so I can put that banner? What is it called?
MyScoreIQ.com.
And that's what you should use instead of Credit Karma.
Oh yes. If you want your real FICO, and then I go a step further. Once somebody graduates my Power Restore program or Power Starter program, because there's different scorecards out there. There's a scorecard for mortgages, there's a scorecard for loans, there's a scorecard for vehicles. To know all of your FICO scores, you want to go to myfico.com and get the premier plan. They give you all three credit reporting agencies. They give you your FICO 8, there's a FICO 9, there's a FICO 3-4. There's different scorecards. Lenders use different scorecards. Like they may use I think it's a FICO 3 pretty much to pull your score. So it's different from the FICO 8. The FICO 8 is generally used as a whole. But the FICO 3 is 4, and that's what they use for to pull mortgage scores. Now, going back to the question as to when your credit card comes in, pay it. The thing with that is this: it's very dangerous, because I got to be honest. I was just on a consult a moment ago with a client, and I was just letting her know. I show you on your credit report. When you come to me, I go over your credit report line by line, item by item. I completely educate you on the credit. Now, the thing is, it shows highest credit limit. People are losing points with the highest credit limit. The highest credit limit, let's say you got a credit card for $500, but the most you spent on that card, let's say you maxed it out one time of $510 or $510. It looks like you went over the credit limit. That kills your credit score. This is the reason why I tell people to pay your credit cards down to $5, because that's how you kill that. Because what happens is, if you pay it by your due date, they automatically, like I said, report the highest credit limit you ever spent before your due date comes around. Because what I tell people is this: credit is like a game of chess. The people that know the rules of chess win. The people that don't know the rules of chess, they sit back and watch the people that know how to play the game win. But
yes, I love it. I love your information. We're going to wrap it up pretty, but I love your information. And you have a wealth of information that we're not even tapping into, to be honest.
I got one more program.
Go ahead.
You mentioned credit card debt. I have a program called Credit Enhancer, or Power Enhancer. Power Enhancer, and I'll teach you how it goes. If you have 2 credit cards, what you do, when you want to have one credit card, let's say you got a credit card for $10,000, but you may have to sacrifice. You may have to go into your savings, because what most people do is they go into credit card debt. A lot of people will go into what is called a debt consolidation program.
Yes.
That's listed on your credit report as third-party billing management. And it continues to show your score. Why? Because when you go to a consolidation company, they'll tell you, don't pay your credit cards. Don't pay your credit. You're paying them. But guess what? Those credit cards still have a due date. So you're just racking up late payments. your credit is shot. Plus, on top of having your credit shot, you also have a mark in your saying that you need help. And the way lenders look at this is this: if you needed help to pay your bills, then what's going to make you not need help to pay your bills now? How can we trust you?
Exactly. You're a risk. You're considered a risk.
Yes,
So
a high
yeah,
risk.
and they won't give you their money. If they consider you a risk, they will not give you their money. And so Wade Towers, who is a credit score specialist,
Mhm.
and he has
Team
Team
Towers
Towers
Service.
Services Incorporated. And here's Wade's information. You can also, where else can they find you? They can also find you on Facebook, right?
Well, yeah, they can. I do a lot of lives on. I do go live on Facebook. I'm currently working on my website
Yes. So
now.
Wade goes live on Facebook, and you know what? Keep doing that, Wade. I want to encourage you to keep
Thank
doing
you.
that, to go live on Facebook. Let me just show this. I want to stop scrolling it, but yeah, go live. He recently started going live. Keep doing it. The more you do it, the more people will know what you do. I teach my agents, let everybody know what you do, and we have free um, resource called social media right now. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all these platforms cost us no money right now. Thank God. Actually, some of them give you money. Actually, I've been getting a little check from Meta with my postings. The highest I got was $18. But there are people that are making money off of social media. And so look, Tiffany, one of my agents, she said, you know what? This is so informative.
Thank you.
Yeah, she just made a comment, so informative. So that's it. You are giving us a wealth of information. I definitely want to bring you back on.
I would love
Wade
to.
is going to get his own show started at some
Yes.
point. I'm going to help him set up his own
Thank
show, and show him how to use this software called StreamYard. It is, as you can see, Wade, it can be a little, it's kind of sophisticated,
you.
and
Right.
it helps you to produce a show that people will pop in and watch. And you can put it on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I think on X, used to be Twitter. So Wade, we really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank
I
you.
definitely will have you back on, or you'll have me on your
Oh,
show
of course I will. Of
at
course
some
I will.
point. But I want you to go and for setting up your show, go to StreamYard.com. They do
Mhm.
have a free version, and then and they have a paid version which you can start out with. I think it used to be $25 a month.
Mhm.
And so thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for joining us. And but yeah, so definitely I thought of you. You popped in my head, in my heart. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Wade, have him on the show. You again, thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Of
I
course.
don't know, I know there's credit repair um services out there, but yours has totally so much more, and
Yes.
it has a different twist on it. So I definitely would like to collaborate with you and work
I
with
would
you and
love
partner
to.
with you with my clients that
Yes.
are in that place that say, you know what, I know my score. Because I talked to somebody this year, she's like, I know my score is 6 something, but or 5 something or whatever, and they want to know, okay. I'm like, well, I know that you got to have at least this for some home buyers program. Your score has to be at least this 620
Yes.
um, amount and a number. And so we definitely want to work together, and so we can help each other,
I
help our
would love to.
clients. And so thank you again for coming on, and
It's been a
reach
pleasure.
yeah, and reach out to me again, Wade Towers. I'm going to put his banner back up there,
And one
Wade
of the things
Towers, and that's his email, right? That's your email.
yes, that's info at teamtowerservices.com. 1-800-460-1493. I just want to put this out there real quick. For all this, my overall goal is to help as many people as possible. Like mortgage brokers. See, the thing is, you guys got people that have failed credit, challenge credit, pretty much. Instead of saying to them, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. Refer them to me, Team Tower Services. I have a golden rule. If they come to me, they gotta come back to you.
All right, I love it. So if they come to
Wayne
Towers,
Tower. Team Tower Services.
Wayne Towers, Team Tower Services, then they definitely going to go back to that mortgage loan
And
officer.
I keep you in the loop because I have a special software where you can actually log on the software to actually see. And I do something else with my mortgage brokers. I don't pay. I give my appreciation. I give my mortgage brokers $100 a
Referral
$100
fee.
referral fee,
Referral.
exactly.
Yep.
And
Yep.
my software that I do for the My Score, if you start pulling the My Score, they give you a commission bonus of like about, I think, $100 or something like that.
Okay. Well, I can't, as a realtor, I don't talk commission about my business, but you are free to
Oh
talk
yes,
yours.
yes.
But definitely we will have you back on again. I look forward to
Thank you
even
so much.
collaborating with you as far as with clients and helping clients and customers out. And I look forward to you having your own show.
Yes,
Think of a name. If it's going to be Team Towers Services Show, that's fine. But think
yes.
of a name that you would want your show to be. I love giving out information and helping other people, sharing, what I know or the software I use or tools I use for my business. Definitely, you can use some of the same tools. So thank you again,
Thank
Wade, for
you so
joining
much.
us. And we will have you back on at some point. And you have a great weekend.
Thank you
And
so,
until
so much.
next time, live well, take care, and God bless.
God bless. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sylvia. Thank you.
You're
God bless.
welcome. So, again, thank you for joining us today. And let's see, we got another comment here. Caesar. Oh, thank you. Look at that. Caesar. He says, appreciate it. Well spoken. Thank you. Caesar, we can have you on the show too. We can help you with your business, whatever you're doing. We can help you. But thank you those who watched. And again, we have a home buyers brunch coming up. And that is happening next Saturday, the 24th. We're having Leslie Curry of Key Bank, Larry Fontana of Superior Inspections, and Blake Weber of Weber Law. They're going to share how they can help you in the process of buying your own home. And so come have some food and just we're going to share how, what you got to go through or what you got to do, not go through. I take that word back. It ain't bad. It ain't scary. But we have a QR code right there on the flyer right there that you can scan right now, and you can actually sign up through Eventbrite. So you can scan that QR code right now with your phone. If you're watching or if you're watching on the replay, you can scan that QR code and sign up through Eventbrite. This is a free event. There's no cost for anything for the food or anything. And so you can actually come enjoy some brunch and hear about the process of what you need to do to buy a house. So scan that QR code, take that phone camera, put it up to that QR code, and sign up for the home buyers brunch that we're having Saturday, February the 24th from 12:30 to 2:30. We love to have you join us. We love to help you with that process of buying a house. And I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. I just want to share. Now, I went away last week. My husband and I, we went to New York State Association of Realtors midwinter business meeting, and I got blessed in so many ways, in many, many, many ways. And someone who is a great friend purchased these for me. Because why did? Because they're pink. They call me Pinky Testadero. I think that's the. And so, what a blessing. And they said, I want to see you with an ugly water bottle. I want to, and it has a chain, y'all. Look, it has a chain, and it's pink. But I got blessed. It is a blessing when people just bless you with something because they want to, and don't expect anything in return. But thank you for watching. And we plan to be back next Friday at 1:30. That's the plan. Now I'm trying to get back into doing my shows again. So Yeah. But again, thank you for watching. This is Sylvia Reindock. I'm broker owner of Reindock Realty. I love my community. I love God and I love people. And so I love to share information and connect with people, other people, because we all can be helpers one to another. Thank you for watching. And until next time, let's see, we got another comment here. We want you to live well, take care of yourself, and God bless. Bye. I was supposed to loop that after take. Have a good day.